What's up, Adventure Cache Anglers? Kristina here.
And Erica.
Today we are going to be explaining to y'all what geocaching is, since in our title there is cache and we go geocaching a lot, so we'd like to explain to the people that don't really know what geocaching is. We like to go in depth and explain to y'all what geocaching is.
Okay, and so today I am going to be going over the fundamentals of geocaching, what it is, how you can start geocaching yourself, what to look for, and also the app on your phone so you can download and start caching. So to begin, I'm going to explain a little bit about what geocaching is, and Kristina's going to fill in some more things for me that I do miss. So to begin, geocaching is about like a little treasure hunt. That's the way that we explain it to all of our friends and family.
Well, it's like just geocache, how it says it's like geo is like earth, and like cache is like treasure. So like it's earth treasure. You just go on a big treasure hunt.
That's a good way to put it. I like that one. They're all over the place. When we first learned about it, well, I first learned about it in South Carolina by my friend Shayna, and we were actually in the mountains. My first geocache that I found was amazing because, I mean, it was something so tiny and it was different, very different.
It's really fun.
And then it came down to Florida, and you already geocached, didn't you?
Yes, I've been geocaching before.
So she's been geocaching, and we kind of we're like, oh my gosh, we both do it.
We were actually, no, what were we doing? We were sitting around one day and we're like, what can we do today? Like, what can we do today that's free and fun? And like, I was just like, have you ever been geocaching? And she's like, oh my gosh, stop. She's like, stop right there, let's go. And so we downloaded the app, and here we are now.
So, if you're not familiar with what it is and how to begin, there's an app on your phone. It's called Geocaching. All you do is you download it. The
app is free.
Yeah, the app is free to download. It used to actually be $10, but now it's free. But when you first download it, it gives you small things to find. Like, for instance, this is a pill bottle. You would be finding a pill bottle.
They're even smaller.
The micro minis.
Micros, they're teeny tiny.
And we'll insert a clip of a picture of a micro. And also, they range to get, bigger, like such as
an ammo crate. Box.
Yeah, whatever. Somebody put ammo in.
You put ammo in this.
But for that, I think it'd be explained as a premium geocaching.
$5.99.
Yeah, it's like $6 a month, or you can do a year for $30. We do it all the time. We paid the $30, and now we have it for the year. So
it's really worth it.
It's very worth it. And you find the big stuff. We haven't found a large crate yet, but we have found the medium ammo crate.
An ammo crate. Ammo box, whatever you want to call it. Just call it whatever you want. You put ammo in it. We got ours from Tractor Supply? Roll King?
Roll King. So let's start. When you download the app, you're going to have to sign up. You're going to create a user profile. And this is what is going to make you be able to sign the logs. I'll explain what the logs and everything. But you're going to be making yourself a cache name. With the cache name, people can actually, kind of follow your profile to see where you go and
what caches you found.
And just kind of like tag along, kind of like a community, a geo community. But once you open the app, you're going to create everything, and then you're going to start caching. And you set your location, so whenever you open up the map, it's going to show you everything that's in your area. It's going to show you everything, but if you're doing just the free trial, it's going to show you just where the micro mini or the small capsules are. Now, once you get to premium, it's going to show you everything. The letter boxes, this is called a letter box. And then also the larger items. People use waterproof cases. People use, anything that's not going to get riddled by the weather or, animals can break into and whatnot. So once you locate a cache, you're going to click it. There's like, I think 6 or 7 different types of geocaches. There's an earth cache, there's a multi-cache, there's a regular geocache, there's a letterbox cache, and it tells you the difficulty, the terrain, and how large it is. And then, do you want to throw something in regarding that?
That is one thing, the terrain, what she said. That's one thing that you want to pay attention to if you are geocaching with smaller children, is you want to pay attention to the terrain, because if it is an extra hard terrain, it could be you having to get on a boat to go get, or you might have to, like, what was the one that you said?
You had a mountain climb.
Yeah, you had to mountain climb. So you actually had to have mountain climbing equipment to get to this geocache. So make sure you do pay attention to the terrain, and also, like we were talking about, the size of the geocache, because you don't want to just go and jump into the geocache thinking you're looking for something this size, when in all reality it's really teeny tiny. So just make sure you do pay attention to, like, all the detail that they give you.
And whenever you open up to a geocache, you're gonna hit start. It's gonna give you the directions. Some will give you the directions to the cache. Some will give you directions to where about around the cache it is. And with that one, once you get around, it's gonna tell you when you're within 50 feet of the cache.
It'll ding.
Yeah, it'll ding. It'll go bring. Some will get you directly to the geocache, but then also some will give you hints. It just depends on what kind of geocache you're actually looking for. I think one of them was a riddle. We did a riddle. We had to literally figure out this riddle to find the geocache, and that was actually a really fun one, because, you know, some kind of riddles are actually really tough. So we figured it out, and I think it was on a stop sign.
What was that one? What was that one that we did that it gave us a bunch of letters, and then it gave us, like, the code thing, and we had to use the letters? Yeah. We had, like, this key, and it told us, like, what letter meant, or it was for the coordinates.
Oh yeah,
it gave us certain letters, and then the letters corresponded with a number, and the numbers were the coordinates. It was so crazy. That one was really fun.
And then the best one that we ever went on, it was, I think it was a two or three part.
Yes, it was.
It took us to the location, and then
we found a rock.
Yeah, a rock, and we'll go ahead and put in the picture of the rock right now. And then once we found that rock, it gave us the coordinates. And it was just a big painted rock, probably about, what, this big?
Yeah, it was big.
And it gave us the coordinates, and they just put a little fun message on it. Well, I'll let you tell the story and how we found it.
Okay. Well, we're walking around this woodsy area. Absolutely no idea where we're going. We swear that we were standing in the exact spot of where the coordinates were. We're like, maybe we're just reading the coordinates wrong. Maybe let's go back over to the rock. Let's figure it out. Well, okay, I have a small bladder, all right.
When nature calls, you answer.
Well, I squat down to pee, okay, in the woods, and I'm squatting there, and I look up. Well, I look up in the tree, and the geocache, the actual crate, was hanging up in the tree. It was so crazy. I'm squatting there, and I'm like, Erica, look up! And, like, she looks up, and she's like, oh my gosh!
There it is!
Well, that was our favorite geocache that we found, and thank gosh I had to pee, because
we would have never found it. And what we had to do was, it was strung up in the tree. I'm trying to think of what kind of maneuvering system this is. Pulley. And what it was is you had to go to the tree that it was strung up in and pull the string and release it down. And it was the same thing. I mean, it was amazing. It came down.
Fun.
We opened it up, found all the treasures, signed the logbook. And when I say logbook, I'll show you what that is in our handy dandy geocache. And we actually made this geocache, and we're about to be putting it out soon. This is a logbook.
Oh yeah, that's another thing about geocaching, is you can make your own and place them out somewhere, and then you can go and check on it whenever you want to see how many people have actually gone and looked at your geocache or found your geocache.
So yeah, after we did that geocache, because at first in Central Florida, we weren't really finding a lot of cool stuff. We found the little containers. That was our first big find.
Yeah.
And after that, it was game on. We were like, okay,
let's go find them all.
Let's go, you know. So we went out and we found actually a bunch. We went into Haines City.
Davenport.
Same thing, yep, Davenport. I think the one that we found in the tree, that was in Davenport. Yeah. I'm sorry, no, Loughman. Yeah, we found that one in Loughman. And then we found a few more, and then we're like, let's just make our own. So we made our own. We went to Rural King, and we bought a plastic ammo crate.
Most of them are metal.
but you know, I
We were
couldn't
just
find
like-
a metal one, and I think I found one online. It was like $70. I'm like,
Nope.
I'll do the plastic for $7.99.
And all we did was spray paint it and
Yeah.
made it look a little bit camo and whatever.
Yep. And you always have to title it official geocache game piece, because if somebody finds it, they're gonna be like,
Ooh, like let me just take this.
don't
That's
touch my stuff.
That's another thing. You'll read in the like description of some geocaches saying watch out for muggles. Muggles are people that do not geocache, or I mean, like what most people would think it is something from like Harry Potter or whatever. But no, they use it in geocaching for a person that does not geocache. So they say, like, say you're going after a geocache in a park and there's a lot of people there. You have to be like discreet about it because you don't
stealthy.
want, yeah, you don't want everybody coming running over there after you leave to come look at it. They'll possibly steal it because they have no idea what it is.
And
so that,
some of them are really cool. They
Yeah.
look like bugs. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even know it was there because you think it was a bug.
Yeah.
And then they're like, ooh, I really want this. I want the bug.
yeah, so you have to make sure that you are stealthy around people that do not geocache.
Yep. So, as I was saying, we made our own, and this is what it looks like. You're probably going to see this thing probably 50 more times, but this is the best way to explain
Yeah.
everything, is to physically show you what it is. So, inside our you have to make sure to get the watertight sealed ones. So, you open it up,
So it's like weatherproof.
and all inside is lined to where it's waterproof.
Do you want to
And-
read this?
Yeah. This is what you have to put on the inside, because if somebody wanders across this, opens it up, what is this? If they see a box full of toys, they're going to take the box full of toys if they have small children,
Right.
or they're just going to take it anyways. So what this piece says, it explains, it says geocaching, congratulations, you found it. And intentionally or not. It's part of a worldwide game loved by GPS, global positioning system, users who are on the internet. It's a scavenger hunt. It's called geocaching. A GPS user hides a treasure, this container, and publishes the exact the exact coordinates so other GPS users can come on and go on a treasure hunt. There's just 2 rules. If you take an item, you leave something. That's why there's toys in it. There can be, I think we found pins, we found stickers. If you take
Playing
something,
cards.
yeah. Oh, those are the cool ones. If you take something, you have to leave it. Let's see. Nothing illegal or harmful. And you also have to log in the logbook. So what people do in the logbooks, the one that I shown you before, just that little notebook, they'll put the date that they found the cache, and also if they have a cache name. We're Lady Angler's 18, and so every time we go to a new cache, we're going to be putting Lady Angler's 18 on there, so you can follow along with us. So once you get into...
We can add pictures of logs that we have signed in the past right here.
Okay, so once you get into the box, you're going to find a few things first. You're going to find the logbook.
That's the first thing that you want to do. You
Yeah.
want to go in and you want to log that you found it.
Logbook. And also, if you're going geocaching, take a pen.
Take a
Some
pen with you.
places don't have pens, and some containers are too small to even have a pen. Take a pen. So we always put multiple pens in our, in our bags when we go geocaching, and also in our geocache, because in case somebody doesn't have a pen, they can take a pen. So we're always, courteous about that. And in ours, we just have like little toys. We have just little dinosaurs.
You got a little race car. A
Slinky. Who doesn't want a
This is a
slinky?
little sign.
American Bulldog. I think my mom
Bulldogs.
gave me that. So. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Alright, so once you go through, you sign the logbook, you find a cool treasure that you want to take. And that's another thing. Take little trinkets with you. If you have a cool keychain and you're just like, you know what? I don't want this on my keychain anymore. I want to have somebody else have it so I can take this because I love my Bulldog.
Yeah.
So that's what you do. You take something, you leave something. And then also, I'm going to let you explain what else you can find in geocaches. And if you don't have anything to leave, but you find this item, you can take it but there's also some steps you have to do if you go to take this item.
Okay, so this right here, if you can see, oh, the glare is kind of bad, but it is called a travel bug. It is actually a trackable, is what they call them in geocaching. What you do is you would find this in medium-sized geocaches, and what you do is you take it with you, but if you take it with you, you have to relocate it into another, what is it, a letterbox?
Yeah, or any big container.
Any big geocache. You have to relocate it, because what they want to do with them is they want to see how far they travel from where they started. So like when you log it, it logs saying that you found it from this one and you moved it over to another one, but you have to also log that you put it into the other geocache that you found. So that is what a trackable is. This one is just like a little keychain. They have different things. We found a horse. Mm-hmm. It was like a little horse toy.
But it was this on the horse.
Yeah.
And they like kind of just like screwed it. But they had a good story. And whenever you go onto the app and you go to log the trackable, because you have to say that I took it. Because the owner's going to want to know if it's in a box, if it's been dropped, or, you know, where it's at. So once you go to log it, you're going to either scan it or put it in the code on the app. And it's going to give you the story. Like, because this one has a I love NZ. We're trying to figure out what the NZ is. So we're going to be taking a look on our geocache because we just picked it up today. And we're going to take a look. We're going to put, you know, some screenshots as well on a video about, you know, the information on the trackable. The horse that we had was actually a lady who loved horses. So she screwed the trackable onto her horse because she wanted her horse to gallop all around the United States. And I think she wanted it to end in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And
this one also had a piece of paper in it that says no specific goal. It just wants it to travel the world. So this one, like, it doesn't have like a special place to go. But that's another cool thing, because like, who knows if I love NZ means like New Zealand or something, and it came all the way from there over to here. Like, who knows?
Yep. And then, you know, people kind of think, oh, it wants to travel the world. We actually logged a geocache, and when we were reading in the book, somebody was all the way from Asia. Mm-hmm. Like, people will come, and we've actually ran into a lot of people doing geocaches. They're just like, with different accents. They're like, oh, well, we're just here on vacation.
Doesn't your sister know a human geocache?
Yes. Oh my God.
A human trackable.
He was the first one. He was the first ever human trackable.
He lives here.
Yeah, he works at Haines City.
Yeah.
Yep. And he literally has a trackable tattooed on his leg. You can track this guy. If you go to Lowe's in Haines City.
See how there's like a little like barcode on this that you can scan? Well, he has it tattooed on his body.
Mm-hmm. He is a human trackable. He was the first human trackable. And if you go to Haines City Lowe's in Haines City, Florida, I can't remember his name.
I don't remember
his name, but you just have to look at his legs and you'll see the trackable. And you'd be like, hey. And he says all the time, people will come up to him, can I log your leg? And
right.
Yeah, go ahead. I think there was one more. Trek 10.
Oh.
Trek 10 is the big one. So here in Central Florida, they have a Trek 10 trail, and they have them all over the place, but this is the one that's over in Central Florida. You get these cards, and they're called Trek 10 cards. And usually, whenever you find a letterbox, like this one, in it, there's going to be a stamp. Well, what that stamp is, it is a Trek 10 stamp. You have to stamp your card, and once you're done filling up your card, you send them back to geocaching, and they actually send you a pendant. We're waiting for our new pendants to come in right now, so we'll show you on a later video of what that's gonna look like.
Also, funny story about the stamps. When we first started geocaching, we didn't know what the stamps were for. We didn't know what Trek 10 was because we were new to geocaching. So here we are, stamping our hands with all the stamps that we found, and then on a later day we come to find out that they're for Trek 10, and we're like, okay, well, we get to go back to these caches just to get the stamps again.
Yep.
But I thought it was a funny story though, because we were like stamping our hands. We're like, oh cool, it's just.
And I think we have a hand of. I do.
Picture,
we'll put that picture in here. We're all like, Geocache unite!
Oh goodness.
But yeah, so I think we've covered everything of what geocaching is.
If y'all have any questions that we might have skipped over or anything like that, just write them in the comments and we'll get back to you.
And then also, I'm going to put in the link for the official geocaching site. Put in some more information in the description below, where you can get the geocaching, the app store, or the
Play Store.
Yeah, I think it's something.
I don't know.
I have an iPhone,
We both
so
have
yeah,
iPhones,
we
so.
both have iPhones, so it's the app store for us.
Sorry.
So, oh yes, and it works for both iOS or Android. So if you have an Android phone or an iPhone, it works for both of them. So as long as you have good service and unlimited data, then it's good. But they also just released this thing that you can actually preset destinations to where you don't have to have
You don't have to use data.
Yep, you don't have to use data. So that is an advancement that they just made, and we love it. I have unlimited data, but whenever, you know, if my phone dies, we pre-track them on her phone, so we're all set to go. But I think that sums everything up in this video. Again, like she said, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns,
Put them in the comment section below.
put them in the comments. Ooh, 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 and we will get back to you. Also, please go to our Instagram page. We are trying to get up to 500 followers. But also, please go to our Instagram page, like, and, you know, comment on some of our pictures, and make sure to follow us. We're at Lady Anglers 18. Or just type in Adventure Cache Anglers and follow our page. We post a lot, daily funny, you know, little clips. Yeah, memes.
Videos.
Pictures. And I started doing what's called a fish guide, where we're just going to be putting different fish and
Pretty much explaining everything about that fish. Everything that there is to know about that fish, we're putting it in there.
Yep. So
thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And go subscribe if you would like to be an ACA, an Adventure Cache Angler. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.